Hello. Hello. I don't have anything to talk about. What do you guys want to talk about? We're going for the most famous VTuber world record. I'm sure we'll get there, guys. You got a Costco membership? That's pretty cool. Do you have to buy in bulk? I don't really know anything about Costco. It's huge. I know that they have like, I thought it had like cheap stuff. Maybe I'm thinking of Sam's Club. Sam's Club is almost exactly like, yeah, I mean, I know it's like the Walmart version because Walmart owns Sam's Club because Sam Walton was the founder of Walmart, so it's like Sam's Club, Sam Walton, WTF barbecue, exclamation mark, 111, exclamation mark spelled out. I don't think I've ever seen a Costco. Yeah, I haven't been to Costco either. I think I went to one of those superstores like a long time ago, but I don't remember it. Got a leadership award at Walmart headquarters. If I go back there, I'm basically guaranteed a job. I'm scared. Wait, why would you be scared of getting a job, having work? Have you heard of the game Split Fiction? It released today? I don't believe so. Let's go look.
Follow my lead.
Okay. I can already hear the gamers ring. All the gamers going, what's up with this woke nonsense? I've never played It Takes Two. What's up, Stuck On? Can't believe shit's so woke. That's crazy. I like open world crafting games where one person goes and like gets resources and the other person builds a base. I think that's more my speed. Yeah, I didn't do any Minecrafting today. I did Power Wash Simulator for a little bit. Weirdly sleepy day. Yeah. Yeah, yesterday was like that towards the end of the day for me. I wanted to sleep a lot, but then I ended up just staying awake because I wanted to get work done. I don't think I did sleep very well when I think about it. Wish Power Wash Simulator didn't go so DLC heavy. Have completely forgotten about it after like 2 or 3 new maps. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to buying new maps. Matter of fact, I'll see if there's probably like an alternative game or like mod. Like, cause I definitely want to keep playing it for fun, but like, I don't want to start spending a bunch of money for maps. I haven't even looked at how much it costs. Let's see how much the DLC is. $8? How many maps does that come with? Oh, that's crazy. Hold on. Browse. There we go. There's free ones, then there's there's a bunch of free ones. It seems like they released free ones, and then the ones that are like licensed are like $8. It's not that many. And I'm looking at the list. There's only 15 DLC. That's not so bad. What world record are you gunning for? The most popular VTuber. Aim for the stars, they say. You should look at Mole Collabo V2 on Steam. This is some kind of meme thing because it's expensive, $1,900. Yeah, I mean, it looks like an enterprise type beat, so I don't know. Enterprise stuff tends to be more expensive, so I get it. I don't claim to understand the molecule industry, so if they're gonna gatekeep it for like have to do a 50,000 subscriber special, I don't know. At this rate, man, YouTube has stopped pushing my videos out, so I'm just kind of like, fuck it. Also, I've already gone viral once. I have one channel that has almost hit 50,000 subs. 50,000 subs is chump change. I need to stop being such a bum. As a result, I must make a sword this weekend. Wait, like an actual sword or like a cosplay sword? Hunks of wood that look like swords? Is it for Aikido? When can I buy Majorana? Yeah, wake me up when they come out with Majorana Windows 95. Cause you got bored one day. But you said you had to make a sword. Are you like arming squirrels? Like what's going on? Was anyone here the other day when someone in chat was having an actual panic attack because they couldn't concentrate on watching the stream while hanging out with their friends? That shit was fucking crazy. Like, bro, just go hang out with your friends. Like, what are you doing? Why are you stressing about trying to watch a live stream? It's fucking wild. The AI cat memes? Oh my god. Yeah, no, I saw a video about them. And then I went and saw the one about, like, the pregnant cat. And I am not interested at all. I mean, there's always been weird YouTube slop, like, that's been directed at kids. They essentially abuse the algorithm so that children will just, like, binge the content. And it's always weird. It's always so weird, man. Yeah, yeah. I just don't get it, man. Because, like, I grew up with, like, some fucked up shit for sure, but it was still art. I just can't imagine being so brain dead as a child that I'm just like, oh my god, I love looking at this stuff. Do you know what I mean? I want to believe that if I'd grown up with this kind of stuff, I would have had better taste. I'm not gonna put that upon you guys. You have to go look it up for yourself if you're curious. I'm not gonna. It genuinely is traumatic. Like, it's fucked up shit. And I think there's a lot of people in this world that are fucking brain dead, like actually just dumb as dirt. It's like they have enough, like, cognizance to just, like, get through the day and stuff, but at the end of the day, they're just fucking dumb as dirt. And unfortunately, there are a lot of them, and unfortunately, I think they're probably most of humanity. And I think that those are the people who grow up as kids and watch those videos and are just like, damn, this is the shit. Oh, you're talking about cat memes or videos? Yeah, you said cat memes. AI cat memes. Yeah, I don't think maybe we're not talking about the same thing. I try to defend Gen Z and Gen Alpha as much as I can, but the dual... Oh, it was you? Okay. The dual wielding iPad kids do work. But that's the thing is, I don't think it has to do with kids being on iPads. I think it literally has to do with the fact that because we're all exposed to more children in the world now through the internet and what they consume, I think we're just seeing that most of humanity are fucking brain dead. Just straight up, I genuinely believe that. I genuinely think that most of humanity is like getting by on. I just think they're brain dead. I never played Mario Galaxy. It always looked fun because of the mechanics of, like, running around the little planetoids. You know, guys, if I ever became a big VTuber, I could imagine one day, like, creating, like, a really comfy streaming setup where I sit on a couch and just play a bunch of retro games. I think that would be fun. So I'm waiting for it to be finished. The only reason I haven't played any Deltarune is because I'm waiting, you know? What was my childhood game console experience?
Here's some bits.
Did I play E.T.? No. I was poor. So I had just whatever was available. Like, I had a bunch of carts that were literally just like, they didn't even have the cartridges, it was just the circuit board. So you just had to plug the circuit board in. It was I defend E.T. I learned about the development of E.T. and they really tried their best with that one. Choosing perspective, I don't have favorites. I'm an avid fan of a lot of games. And what kind of games? Like, I'm a gamer, bro. Like, I've played so many games. And Smoke, no, I don't have. I've actually been selling off my retro game collection, so I would just use an emulator. I would only start buying a retro game collection again if I ever owned a house and had a stable income and wanted to, like, live somewhere forever. But I kind of want to move to Japan, so, like, that's why I'm selling off my collection instead of buying more stuff. Yeah, I've had like a huge retro game console collection and, like, a fair amount of games that I grew up with as a child, like, or I bought them again, but I've literally been selling them all off just because I'm not settled in my life right now in terms of where I want to live, because I want to end up in Japan, but it also depends on where things go with my boyfriend, because we're kind of committed, and if we end up settling down somewhere and, like, being okay in the USA, then maybe I'll start building a collection again. I didn't exist in? Well, I mean, you can still go play them, man. It's easier than ever to play them. Like, get you know, find a cheap CRT and just emulate it. Find a cheap CRT TV and just plug it into your computer and emulate that shit, man. It's what do you mean? You got access to everything now. Yeah, thanks, Chasing Perspective. I want to live in Japan. I don't want to just move there, but you know. Oh yeah, the only thing about emulating games is just make sure you like get a controller. How does one get a boyfriend girlfriend asking for a friend? I mean, my best advice is not to learn to be happy living alone, and then find social groups that are about things you like. But first and foremost, you gotta learn to just be happy by yourself. That's so super important. I can't stress that enough. Like, and it's not because like, yeah, I mean, you don't have to live your life alone, right? But you also gotta be like okay being alone. Because that's like I think it's a powerful first step. Because when you learn to be okay being alone, you gain confidence. People ask me like, why do you have so much confidence? How do you talk with so much confidence? And a big part of my confidence is like I've lived a lot of my life like on my own. Like I've stood up for myself. I've I've lived in like living situations by myself. Like I've done a lot of things on my own. So I am self-assured in my ability to get things done. After you ask, no, you have to go back and look at the fucking VOD. Get fucked by ads, my guy. I ain't gonna repeat my my amazing speech. Get fucked, all of you guys. Yeah, I have no control over the ads. Oh yeah, high resolution CRT, like yeah. I had a big one for a while, man. I miss it so much. It was so good. Yeah, Eamon, I can't tell you how to fucking get a girlfriend. Like, you just gotta, I don't know, just fucking man up or woman up. Put yourself up by your ovaries or testicles and fucking go out there and find love. Old huge computer monitor that can do high resolution. Oh my god, you're talking about like the fucking crazy CRTs, yeah. There's like the studio CRTs. You know what I'm talking about? There's studio monitors. They're supposed to be like the best CRTs on the planet or something. They're not huge, but they're like... Answer you? Man, do I get to ban my first YouTube chatter? Oh, gotta go fucking open a YouTube. Hold on, guys. I can time him out. I'm just gonna do the ban. Goodbye! Algorithm sent me to you a few weeks ago for some reason. Yeah, I appreciate that. YouTube has been fucking me in the ass right now with, has been fucking me, like, the algorithm is no longer favoring me, so I'm just like, I'm gonna start posting less rants, because I'm just like, whatever, YouTube, fuck you. TikTok did the same thing to me. It's just like, whatever. The viral video about them finding the biggest year. Oh yeah, I did see that video. That was super cool. It was in Japan. It was like in some random waiting room. That shit was crazy. And then he troll posted people by like posting a really cheap retro emulating, like hardware emulator plugged into it, and he's like, guys, I got a really big CRT. Yeah, that was a great story. Everything about that story was great. Also, I like the part of it where, like, I think, like, they just happened to get in touch with the right person right before the building was going to be demolished that the TV was in. That shit's crazy, dude. Yeah, everything about that was, like, so wholesome. It was a good video. I think I even cried watching that video because it's just so, like, it was, like, I don't know. There's something about, like, old technology being lost to time. I guess as an old person, I kind of, like, relate. It's like seeing things just kind of like seeing things fall apart slowly. No one misses dial-up. I miss going to a computer and then like you do computer things. Like there was a time where you went to a computer and did computer things. Now you take the internet with you in your pocket. You know, I miss 15-minute load pages. It wasn't 15-minute load pages. And yeah, I do miss that because it gave you time to think. I mean, the internet wasn't like, yeah, it was a different vibe. It was different, man. Like it was just a aesthetically different experience. Like, do I like the current internet? Yes. Like, am I saying we should go back to those days? No. But like, when we didn't have like any other like option, it was still like it's a different vibe. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Low quality voice chat, yeah. What's up, Gigant? What's up, Drago? Prior to anime, waiting to get a 480 but those people forget about this. Old resolution didn't look bad because we were on monitors that had lower resolution and they were CRTs, so it actually looked okay. Like it looked fine. But yeah, there was like computers used to kind of feel like a magical box that you went to and like did things in. And there was like the sounds of the computer, the feel of things. Like there's a whole like I said, there's a whole aesthetic vibe to just like being like I would if anyone at all is interested in vintage computing and retro gaming and stuff, go find how you can buy a cheap retro computer or even a retro computer work-alike. You need something that has like the click of the hard drive and stuff and like a CRT monitor, but like, and then just set up an area to be on your retro gaming console, your retro computer. It feels different. It's just a different feeling. It really is like different. I'm not saying it's like magical or better, but it's like different. It's a vibe. It's its own vibe. It's not the same as going to like a roll top desk with like a CRT monitor and a clicky clacky keyboard with a mouse that, you know, has a physical ball on it, and when you access anything on your hard drive it goes and then yeah, you have to wait a little bit for your files to load. It's a different experience. Yeah, the speaker beeping when you... Yeah, that's another thing too, is like even the sound of gaming. Like we didn't have high def like sound systems. Like even our best sound systems were still kind of like low quality. You actually had, like, it was like pretty common if you wanted full range of sound, you'd get like a subwoofer. And using headsets weren't a thing because like over-ear headphones were like expensive studio quality stuff. The hazardous gunk, yeah. Where you had to get like, you had to use your fingernail and scrape it off, and then you had to use like, alcohol and a Q-tip to get the rest of the dirt off. And then when you had optical mice, they were like laser-based or something. Are these laser-based anymore? I don't think they are. And you had to like use a special, mouse pad for it to work, or you had to put on like a black or like, I can't remember what it was. It was like some kind of surface. Because if you just like if you had a wood grain surface and you put it on there, it would like jump around all the place. And if you got like one little hair up underneath it, it would like freak out. Yeah, you had to clean the mouse ball because it got dirty. It wasn't the mouse ball itself. The mouse ball itself did attract like hair and stuff, but it was two little rollers. So essentially, old school mouses were like, I don't think they were potentiometers, but they were spinning one roller one way and one roller in the x-axis, one roller in the y-axis, and those rollers would start to collect dirt on them. I remember the first time I pulled apart a mouse to see what was inside. I thought the dirt was actually like a trackpad. Someone explained it best. They said, I remember when the computer was a place you went to, as opposed to something you took with you. And I think that's the most simplistic way to explain it. Yeah, the reason the internet's so bland is because to appeal to the most widest, broadest audience possible, they took out the personality. Because if you add personality to something that's supposed to appeal to literally the largest population, it's you know, you're gonna alienate someone. Someone's not gonna like it. That's why brands don't do that anymore. That's why everything's fucking generic, because they want to appeal to as many people as possible. Yeah, no Zomu, yeah. Man, when I made that realization that I'm essentially like, you know what? You know how my mind was awakened to that? It was through VR chat, because I was hanging out with, you know, people who are a lot younger than me, and a lot of them were talking about how they use, they were using their phone to Photoshop stuff, and I was like, why? And I literally couldn't fathom it. And then I eventually got into, you know, the art scene on Twitter, and as it was blossoming, I saw more and more people drawing on phones, and I was like, what the fuck? And they're drawing amazing stuff. And I always avoided phones because I was just like, why would you draw on a phone when you could use a computer program? And what I didn't realize is that, you know, all these generations, you younger than me were all growing up with mobile devices. So there was literally kids who became amazing fucking artists who started literally drawing with just their finger on a phone because that's all they had at the time. And so those people eventually graduated to, you know, iPads and stuff, but none of them went on to computers because why would they? It's so much more convenient to just do it on a little mobile device. Meanwhile, I grew up with computers, so it's I'm tethered to a computer. I know nothing but computers, you know? I know nothing but desktop. Transitioning to like, for me, transitioning to a mobile device is weird because it's like, it feels so flimsy. I don't trust it. I'm just like, this thing's gonna break. It's so weird. Like, I have an iPad, and I actually did draw some of my best stuff on an iPad. I started getting used to it, but I still just, I like sitting down at a computer. I never thought in a million years that would be old. As someone who was like young and ahead of the curve with computers, you know, if you were a kid who knew how to use a computer back in the day, you were considered cutting edge. I never thought in a million years computers would be seen as old. The CalCube? Yeah, Gateway Computers was the CalCube. Do you get into using Darlingtons? Are you confusing me with someone else? I don't know what a Darlington is. It sounds familiar, but I don't know what that is. It's a transistor? What do you mean? Are you trolling me? Darlingtons in particular. I don't know what you're talking. I literally have no idea what the fuck are you talking about, Darlington? Guys, in case you're confused, Joby is talking about nerdy guitar pedal shit, and he's confusing me. MPS A18s are Darlington transistors. Darlington transistor. Are you literally just talking about NPN transistors and you're calling it Darlington? I've never heard him refer to Darlington before. Bro, I hate to break it to you, but I don't know shit about guitar electronics. I hate to break it to you. I don't know anything about guitar electronics. Yeah, I'm a circuit bender, bro. Do you know how I designed every one of my circuits? I literally put parts into a breadboard and took them out until it sounded good. People hate me for it. People despise me because of that. Yeah, I don't know shit. I know, I'm trying to think about like what I know that you need a resistor between. I'll give you the extent of my electronics knowledge. Go clip this and post on the r/guitar pedals. Go post this in the forums, make them rage like crazy. I know that you need a resistor between the power supply and the transistor so it doesn't blow up, right? So it doesn't overheat. I know that much. I know that capacitors work as filters to a certain degree in terms of you know, like a lower value capacitor will filter out. Wait, is that right? Lower value will filter out lows. Higher value will filter out highs, I think. And it depends on where you put them in the circuit. That'll affect that. I know that if you put I know that to essentially get a transistor to work properly, you need to have like a balance between, you know, the three prongs and which one, what, you know, something has to go to ground, something has to go to through a resistor to the power supply, and then you can stack them essentially. Like once you figure out how to get the balance of one transistor so that it's actually making noise, so that it's like boosting the boosting the sound, you can then stack them and essentially like do stuff that way. And then if you put if you make a connection between like the beginning of the circuit and the end of the circuit, you can do feedback loops and stuff. That's the extent of my knowledge. Yeah, no problem, Joby. Yeah. No, I don't talk about it a lot, but I think I have to tip my hat to Tim Escobedo, because I'm pretty sure at the end of the day all of my circuits are pretty much just variations of Tim Escobedo's. He had it was some kind of just basic like boost. It was a basic boost. I like the first two pedals I ever built. I did purely on my own, just through sheer experimentation, but then I couldn't figure out how to make them loud enough because they were quiet fuzzes. And then I found Tim Escobedo's circuit diagrams, and I think one of them was just like a pretty simple like clean boost. And I put that like after one of my circuits, and ever since then I just kind of like did variations on that. Everyone else in this chat is just like, this is fucking boring ass nerd guitar shit. I think the most complicated thing I ever tried to build was like I did various microphones at one point, and then I tried to build a wah pedal at one point, but that's still just guitar pedal. I never built a guitar. I tried to, oh no, I did try to build like one of those like blues guitars where it's like, here, I'll show you. This is worth showing. One string guitar DIY? Did that just, I thought that was a slur! I thought that was a slur! It says factory! I thought it was a slur, bro!
Another guitar book. Handmade Music Factory. And we're gonna make the soup can diddly bow. Okay, I got my can. Couple of screws to hold the can onto the board, and
I like how it's putting it all in the can.
Tuner. Here we'll do a quick sketch of what it might look like when we're done with it. This gives me a little visualization of where I'm headed.
It doesn't let you post links, really? Damn.
So I was building a canjo out of a stick and an old vegetable can. Before you click away as I riff out on this.
It's guitar gooner hole. Never say that again, holy shit. But yeah, you can, if you add a pickup like right here, I think, there's a way you can do it where you add a pickup to it and then you can, hold on, Jack White, it might get loud, mix guitar. God, it's, I thought this was so cool back in the day. But Jack White, I don't know, he's cool, I'm not gonna say anything. It's just funny that how they do this like in front of a bunch of cows to make it seem like he's just a guy who just lives down on the farm. And even though he does like have that aesthetic and it's from that genre and appreciates, you know, the history of music, it's just funny. It's just a funny aesthetic. But I do like this better than what we just saw, because this is actually what it took. This is all it took. This is all it takes to make a guitar. You don't have to make it fancy. That's what's cool about it. That's why I like Jack White, because he appreciates that shit. Pinboy's gonna dress like Jack White. I mean, that's how I want to dress, honestly. When I have money again, yeah.
And, you know, who says you need to buy a guitar?
Who says you need to buy a guitar? I agree though. I like the way he dressed there. He doesn't dress like that anymore. What's up, Power Plug? He got to this point where he started like dyeing his hair blue and cutting it short, and then he just looks like a classic like hipster. He went from being dapper to hipster. It's kind of funny. I always return to Strats. Strats are like my comfort guitar, I guess. But I don't know. I fall in love with guitars really easy. At the height of my guitar collection, it was yeah, I had a crazy collection of guitars. But yeah, I just have to say Strat at the end of the day. Just shout and scream and crash out and crank it out up to 1,000. Yeah, I think my journey to becoming the most famous VTuber is gonna be very hard, because I am more of a viber than a spaz. Fender copies, yeah. I have my original Mexican Strat, but it's all, I fucked it up trying to. I mean, it works. I altered it a lot, but right now I'm using a Squire Bullet. What is it? Indonesia? I think it's made in Indonesia. Because I needed something cheap. Yeah, made in Indonesia. Dude, the cool thing about cheap Fenders is that they're all good. Like, you can't go wrong with a cheap Fender. A cheap Gibson or an Epiphone will fuck you up. A cheap Fender, you just replace the hardware and it's as good as a expensive Fender. I mean, that's true, Power Plug. No, you're not wrong. I'm very happy with how big the community is right now. I just want clout. I want the ability for people to take notice of me. It's like a personal thing. I want to be bigger than a bunch of content creators who I feel like have wronged me in the past. But you're probably right. You're probably right. It's probably better to be small with the tight-knit community. Yeah, Epiphones are just fucking trash. Like, the wood on Epiphones are trash. Like, the wood, the finish, like, everything is just fucking trash on Epiphones. You gotta be very lucky. Like, you gotta have... Like, there are certain eras of Epiphone. Being too popular is pain. I don't think you guys know me very well. Maybe. No, I want it. I want the challenge of it. I think the hardest part for me is just no, I want it. Guys, I was popular once. It was fun. I want that back. It was a good time. I mean, you guys wouldn't get the personal attention you get now, you know. So that would suck for you guys, but like it would still it's a vibe. You get to see me crash out a lot more on stupid chatters, which is fun. A one-way trust run. Yeah. I mean, I guess that is what it is with maybe that's what I'm ultimately complaining about, because am I right about that? Yeah. Like I like the fact that Fender, sorry, I keep looking at my guitar. Fender necks, I like the way that they're attached to the body. I don't trust something where you can't detach the neck, you know what I mean? I would have bro, I already have it. I literally have people I have a guy who has stalked me for over a decade from the guitar pedal business. I have hate stalkers like you couldn't imagine. No, I think one of the reasons I want to be big is just because I feel like I have unique opinions in this world I never hear from VTubers. I feel like I have a different perspective. I want to believe someone like me can be big, so I want to be the one who's big. I also don't have faith in society that that'll ever happen, so I'm fully prepared to be small. That has to be foot fetish adjacent. You're not wrong. Now this guy is a psychopath. This guy literally, I mean, I shouldn't be giving him attention, but he literally has like multiple convictions where he lives. Like, I was so scared of him, I essentially reverse stalked him because, you know, terrifying. And he has a criminal record where he lives. Like, he's just a psychopath, like an actual psychopath. Yeah, I'm a sucker for the aesthetic of a guitar. And I know, like, at the end of the day, there's nothing that I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is something that makes, like, Fenders special, but, like, I've seen some guitars that just straight up look like ass. Because the headstock is so, like, weird. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck about this company. They don't even know how to do a headstock. Let me see if I can find my old guitar collection so I can show you. Can't believe you guys are such guitar nerds. Alright, I just gotta figure out which year this was from. I think this 2009 I still had in my collection. The worst thing about going through my old, my archives is I always end up seeing pictures of my cats and I get sad. Rest in peace, little babies. I don't think I sold my collection until after my facial surgery. Let's see, is this it? Some of my guitar pedals. Guys, I used to be so hyper fixated on guitar gear. I used to get a buzz from, like, you know, like finding rare guitar pedals online and just like, oh, I want that. Now I don't feel anything anymore for guitar gear. Rare custom painted Zfx Fuzz Factory. Oh, here's a great picture of my Rickenbacker I used to have. Look at that. There was one point where I had 3 Space Echoes too. I used to collect these all the fucking time. Whenever I had money, I'd buy a new Space Echo. I'm sure these go for like $2 grand these days. Back in the day, they were going for $500. I don't know how much they go for. I haven't looked at them in a long time. But there ain't no way they don't go for less than like a few grand now. It has to be maybe even more than that, right? Oh, I found it! This was my guitar collection. This was my, like, the really nice stuff. So I had this like really cool I love parlor acoustic guitars. So on the bottom right is just a, I can't remember, it's like a Washburn or something. It was a very rare like limited run parlor acoustic guitar. And then I got the Rickenbacker bass. That one on the far left is a Fender. It's a rare Fender. It was like a student guitar or something that ended up being used by I think the guitarist from the Talking Heads, I can't remember. And then one on the far right is the a guitar I had seen in the liner notes to Pisces I Scare It, the Smashing Pumpkins album. And it was like this I can't remember what it was called, but it was a Japanese guitar. They make noise, yeah. A Taisco, yeah, Taisco Del Rey, that's what it was called. And then, oh, when you guys were asking me like favorite guitars, the I think it's actually an Epiphone on the far right, but it's a semi-hollow body, and those things it has such a good tone. It's a semi-hollow body. Yeah, Swinger, that's what it was called. Yeah, Nirar, yeah. I only know Guitar Hero, that's fine. And in the center was a Jaguar, I think. Nirar, how do you know about the Swinger? Yeah, let me see if I can find a picture of the person. Swinger. Yeah, the Swinger was that's the one on the far left. It's a rare Fender guitar, and it was used by some 80s guitarist. Oh, here she is. Tina Weymouth. She was the bassist of the Talking Heads, and her side project was Tom Tom Club. But she used to play that, and it just looked really cool, so I wanted one. That was back when I had money. But I have since sold off all of these. I no longer have any of them. Yeah, that was mine. That was my guitar collection. That was the peak of my guitar collection. Tragic? Nah. I mean, it is what it is. Buying guitar gear is like a good investment because they tend to appreciate in value, but I didn't really care about guitar gear at the end of the day. It's really funny. There's someone who was like my rival and I had this drama with a long time ago, JHS. He does this YouTube show where he has like a huge collection of all the guitar pedals and like, huge guitar pedal nerd. And it's funny, that was me back in like the 2000s. But for me, guitar pedals were always just kind of like it was a pit stop on my way to where I am now, where I care more about, art and music and learning Japanese. Guitar pedals were never like a genuine passion. It was just something I was geeking out about at one point in my life that, helped me make a living. Yeah, in modern parlance, guitar pedals were just my special interest for a hot minute, and then I ended up learning how to make money doing it, and in some ways I'm kind of stuck with it. Because I would rather be doing other things, but it's how I can make secure money right now. Yeah, you'll never see Josh Scott ever talk about me in the industry. He knows what he did. I remember back in the day, there was a pedal company who made a pedal called the Klon Centaur. I guess they were called Klon. And I heard rumors that he made you actually fill out like an essay as to why you deserve the pedal. And he would deny people if he didn't feel like they were going to use it. If you're interested in buying something that's produced for sale, there's usually a place you can buy it from. Oh yeah, Cowboy Bebop. I don't know how Death Note is in general, but I don't know. From what little I've seen of it, Attack on Titan maybe? That's one I've seen. That's good. Is Guitar Center a fraud for actual guitarists? Like, how Hot Topic is for you? That's actually funny. Oh fuck, that's fucking funny as fuck. Is Guitar Center just Hot Topic for guitarists? I forgot about this, but like half the time, if you wanted to try a vintage, this was before eBay. if you wanted to try a vintage guitar pedal, you know what I mean? Like things you'd only heard about in, you know, through the grapevine or whatever, or on guitar forums before eBay, you would literally just drive around like your, you know, your local area, going from pawn shop to pawn shop to pawn shop, and you know, you'd bring a guitar cable with you and maybe some batteries just in case they didn't have batteries, and maybe even a guitar. Just be like, hey, can I try out these guitar pedals? And then you'd go, you know, you'd plug it into like one of the amps they had. That's an experience that doesn't exist anymore. eBay did kill pawn shops. Yeah, it was fun. It was literally fun. Like you would go like over the weekend, you would just drive around in your car from pawn shop to pawn shop looking for guitar gear. Technology has made life very good for us in many ways, but has also robbed us of a lot of experiences. Yeah, community exists differently these days. I kind of feel like in a lot of ways we're in a weird dark age when it comes to local community. By not finding a balance between living, yeah, the third place, yeah. I feel like we're having a rough time with the balance between online spaces and IRL spaces. I feel like it's been quite a while since I've lived in the real world. Ever since I found VRChat in 2018, and then I've had to, you know, I lived in a bad roommate situation, and now I just live in a town where I don't want to go outside because it's Oklahoma. I'm sure it'll be different when I'm in a more liberal city, and I'm definitely sure it'd be way different if I was in Japan. Yeah, exactly, Timothy. We live in an age where we have never been more connected and yet still far apart. Yeah, I wish America was walkable, bro. I can't wait to move to Minneapolis. Like, even in Portland, which has like Portland had some really beautiful neighborhoods and had this semblance of like community in certain areas. And they'd have markets, kind of. Whenever there was like, I don't know, it just still didn't feel like there was really like, I don't know, it just didn't feel like there was community. Portland was, I felt like Portland in a lot of ways was less welcoming than Austin, Texas. It's like there wasn't any people looking for community. It seemed like everyone kind of already had their friend groups and stuff. I heard a lot of people complain about that. It's one of the reasons I liked Vancouver. Canada is Vancouver felt very multicultural. I wish Austin wasn't in Texas, and I wish Austin wasn't in the South, where, you know, climate change is going to make it impossible to be there. And I also wish Austin had, you know, gone more in the direction of light rail and walkable, because I didn't mind that I was in Texas. It's culturally, because it was cool having the university and having all the different people there. It was an interesting like mix of people. I like the idea of cities that are multicultural. And it's funny because I know I romanticize and talk about wanting to move to Japan all the time. And Japan is not multicultural, but at least it has like light rail and walkable places, and it has interesting history and just a lot of things I like. I guess I would take being a foreigner in a unicultural place. America loves cars too much. It's not even that they love cars too much, is that we've been brainwashed to like cars in America literally, like, you should go look up a history of it. It's literally just, we're just brainwashed. You know, we're brainwashed to like cars, and then we're also forced to use them because of the car industry. It's only bad being a foreigner in Japan if you expect to be treated like a Japanese person. So there's a lot of people who move to Japan and they're just like, I hate that I'm treated differently. It's like, bitch, you aren't Japanese. It's like, what do you mean? Like, I've lived here for 4 years and I still get treated like a foreigner. It's like, bro, you are. They're a uniculture. What are you talking about? Like, did you not know what you're getting into? What the fuck? I would embrace being a foreigner in Japan. I mean, I do want to learn I do want to get fluent in Japanese, but just because I get fluent in Japanese doesn't mean I'd expect Japanese people to treat me like a fucking Japanese person. Nah, Powerplug, dude, go visit Japan, you motherfucker. I would kill to be in your position. I mean, not in the center of a cyclone, but go fucking visit Japan, you motherfucker. You know what it takes for me to visit Japan? It takes me to, I gotta fucking, it's like, what, $800, $1,000 just to go over there and have to fly over the goddamn Pacific Ocean? I'm terrified of flying, bro. You gotta take a puddle hopper and you're there. No, power plug. Do some research, man. It's you don't need to speak Japanese to visit Japan. It's a very tourist friendly country. I mean, it depends where you go, obviously, but yeah, this is something I've heard time and time. Like, you can literally watch a YouTube video that just gives you like the basics, and then just like essentially, you know, save a PDF file or print it out if you're old school of just like basic information, and you can like, yeah, knowing the language is not going to stop you. Also, right now Japan is like, well, they're kind of dealing with too many tourists, but it's very tourist friendly. Oh, power plug. You gotta try Busuu. Busuu's better than Duolingo. I will fight this till the day I die, and I will, if you ever want to learn Japanese, this is what I've been learning. I've been using Busuu.com. That shit is the GOAT. No context. Yeah, that's why. So Busuu, the reason Busuu is better than Duolingo is it builds on top of yourself. Yeah, so Busuu, it's like as you learn, it slowly starts replacing things with more advanced things in a very natural way that you're like, oh, okay. And like, you'll learn without even realizing you're learning with Busuu. Duolingo is just like, you know, good luck with it. And you're like, what? It's like, yeah, what, you don't understand this? Well, fuck you. I guess you just need to sit there and think about it some more, dumb bitch. It's just like, what? Busuu's like, it just eases you into everything. Is more speaking and writing lessons? ChatGPT is goated for speaking. Yeah, I highly recommend ChatGPT for speaking. That's how I got better for a little while. Also just visiting VRChat, and there are worlds you can meet Japanese people, but I've had a hard time meeting like Japanese people to talk to. It's hard. Also, watching Twitch streams passively is a really great way to help learn. You gotta try Busuu! Do it! Do it now! Try Busuu! Fuck Duolingo! Fuck that stupid owl. I'm glad that owl cunt's dead. Yeah, I've always said that more things need to be gamified, but not in the sense of fucking microtransactions. That's just manipulative as hell, bro. I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. I hate shit that manipulates people into paying money. I don't care how good it is. Hoyoverse games are fucking goated as hell, but then they're ruined by being manipulative to get people to pay money. You can buy gems. That's what I'm telling you, though. That's microtransactions. You might not be buying them, but I'm telling you, if you can buy shit, then they're designing. I get livid about this stuff. If you can buy gems, even though if you can play a thing for free, right? But they have like things that you can buy, like, oh, it's completely free, but you can buy a thing to make something better, but oh, it's not for you because you're fine just the way you are. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, there's still the foundational design aspect of that game or service is to manipulate you to want to buy those things. So in other words, they're not designing the experience to be good for you. They're designing the experience so that you're ultimately like, there's friction points that make you want to buy things. That's so fucking immoral. Like ZZZ, I want to play ZZZ. I don't want to play it, but I don't want to play it because it's, you know, I don't want to play a game that has gotcha elements to it. And I'm not even talking about the fact that at the end of the day, it's, like, it literally makes the game unfun. Like, the gameplay suffers for it. And in Duolingo, the learning experience suffers for it. And I hate it because it ruins so many good games. I would be playing Warframe if it didn't have that aspect to it. The finals? Yeah, I love the finals. Oh my god, the finals is so much fun. Except they changed the balance on... I swear to god they changed the balance or something. Or maybe I just got bad at playing it. Last time I played it, I fucking was so bad at it, bro. I used to love playing the light, and swinging a sword around. I just can't do it for the life of me. Either that or everyone got better at it. Yeah, Sibby was there with me suffering when we were playing the finals. We just couldn't fucking... We couldn't win for the life of us. It's like they weren't even putting us against bad people to give us a free win. We were just losing constantly. I just don't think my heart's in it. It's such a fun game, though. Same with Apex. Oh, Apex, my beloved. Kings Canyon, how I miss thee. OG Apex, OG Overwatch. Take me back to the good old days. Yeah, I think I'm gonna head out. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll be back another time when I feel like talking. I'm probably not gonna be posting as many YouTube rants as I have been because I've been discouraged by YouTube not putting my videos out in the algorithm, so you might see me stream a little bit more than doing rants, so I'm glad to have you guys hang out. Well, I think I'm gonna go soon, guys. I love you. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's been a fun 2 hours. Bye!